All right, so we have another question here. This one comes from Priscilla. Now it says the diagram below represents a floor mat in the form of a trapezium TUVW. Now TX is the height of the trapezium, UV is equals to 9.3, which means UV, the entire thing here is 9.5, and TW there is 6.7, and TX is 4.4. Now we're told all the measurements are measured to correct to one decimal place. Now write down the upper bound of the length of UV. So UV, we are told that it's what? It's 9.5 meters correct to what? One decimal place. Then calculate the upper bound of the area. Now somebody may ask, what is an upper bound now, or what is a lower bound? Now bounds or bounds, where we have the lower and the upper bounds, these are the range at which our number was rounded from in order to get a 9.5, which means the lower bound and the upper bound are actually the extremes of our 9.5. So now, since it was rounded off to one decimal place, normally what I like doing is saying, since it's a one decimal place, I'll put a 0.1 and I put a one decimal place there, a 1 on the one decimal place, then I divide by 2. Then this one I'll get a 0.05. So this will be my addition or subtraction where I can get my lower or upper bound. Okay, which means I'll have what? 9.5 plus or minus 0.05. Now for the lower bound, I'll say 9.5 minus a 0.05. That is the lower bound, which will have 9.45. Then the upper bound, I'll have 9.5 plus 0.05, which will give us a 9.55. So normally in representation, we'll say that our values of this ranges from this until less than 9.5. But here, which means we are going to still use our upper bound as what? 9.55, which will be the correct answer. So your upper bound here will be 9.55. Now we are told that calculate the upper bound for the area of the floor mat. What do we do in terms of this? Now, how do we calculate area of a trapezium? Area of a trapezium is a half A plus B times what? The perpendicular height. So what you are simply going to do here is, since we are told to calculate the upper bound of the area of the floor, we are going to use upper bounds in each of our dimensions. So remember our A, which means above. I normally say A is above. So it's our TV there, our TW there, our TW, which we are told that our TW is 6.7, which means it's going to be half 6.7 plus our B, which is what? A below, which is UV. UV is 9.5 multiplied by the perpendicular height, which is a 4.4. Now look at this one. We are told that we should calculate the upper bound area. So the thing that we're going to do, we're going to convert each and every one of our decimals or our numbers or our dimensions to what? Upper bounds. Remember, which means upper bounds, we said of this, since they were rounded off to the nearest decimal place, we are going to add a 0.05 in each one of them, which means we have 1, then 6.75, then 9.55 multiplied by 4.45. I hope I didn't lose you there. Then from there, we take our calculator. We add our 6.75 plus 9.55, which will give us a 16.3. 16.3 multiplied by a 4.45 multiplied by a 4.45, we get a 72.535. Remember, we're going to multiply by this half, which is divided by 2. So we're going to divide that by 2. So we're going to get a 36.2675. We have put it to two decimal places, 2 point sorry, 36.27 centimeters squared. That will be the upper bound area. Thank you very much, Priscilla, for the question.